Well, let's talk a little bit about the ski being a tool. It's a concept that we work with. You have to understand the modern ski, this happens to be a Fischer. It's 150 centimeters in length, but it has an 8-meter radius. So it has the ability, when tipped on edge, to turn a very tight arc and still be a high-quality, high-performance ski. You can see here from the side cut what I mean by the ski as a tool. What we find is that when we take a ski and put it on its edge, you can see that it has a tremendous potential to bite in both the tip and the tail. So as that ski goes on edge and it's depressed in the middle, it actually starts to bend into what we call a carved turn. By carved turn, I mean that the tip, the middle, and the tail of the ski all pass through the same point in the snow. Well, now that we're all here together, let's talk a little bit about what we want to accomplish with the basic drill that we do for carving. One of the problems that people have when they talk about carving is that they have to have the ski at a high edge angle so that it engages and uses the ski's potential to turn. So the problem with shoulder width or hip width means that I can only move inside when I'm standing still to the width of my hips. As soon as I go past that, when my center goes past that, I start to fall over. The solution that we see a lot of times is people say, well, let's get the ski on edge by rolling the knees in. We have a problem with that because structurally it's not correct. We now have load that has to go through muscles instead of load that's dealing with the skeletal structure. Let's look at it just from the front. Now what we notice is if we don't get a wide enough base of support, what we find is to get the high enough edge angle, we need to rotate the legs and knees. Understand that the knee is actually a hinge joint. It really only moves in this plane. When it moves laterally, it's actually a rotational move done at the ball and socket joint of the hip. So at slow speeds, with my feet only this far apart, I am limited to proper alignment to about this much. So what the mistake that people make is they add to that alignment with rotation. This misalignment will not stand up to the dynamics of modern carving. So again, our example, we widen our base of support. We allow our weight to move just inside of this in-rigger. And now you can see from here the edge angle that I have and the leg alignment that I have. Now I'm able to deal with the force as it projects up my leg and affects my center of mass. Later on, as I showed you before, when we actually start to ski, our weight will move to where the pressure is being built by this ski. And this leg will just naturally come to a matching position. But notice I didn't have to change my hip position to accomplish that. Okay, so now we understand the static position that we're looking for. Let's put it into motion. Wide stance, carrying some weight on the inside ski while we just push ourselves across to a stop. Now I'm going to go back and do it again. This time I'm going to take a little steeper angle in the fall line. Same position. Weight to the inside on our in-rigger. Let ourselves run a little bit. To a stop again. Now this is the progression that we want to use in our teaching method. Same starting position, more in the fall line. notice now that each time we've done it, we've carved a turn to a stop. Now we can see that the thing that we've had in common in all three of these drills is that we've continued to turn until we came to a stop. What we're going to do now is go in the same track, but now you're going to see an edge change. You're going to see the edge pressure change from one side to the other. Here we go. Okay, you can see here that I started in the same place. As I came down, I was in the exact same track until this point where I changed my edges from one side to the other, and you can see the carved turn continues this way. So let me review that edge change for you. So from this position, as I came forward, I was able to move my weight across to my new inside ski and have my ski, my outside ski, get right in the same. Great. So now you can see that we put a lot of stress, a lot of emphasis on this area of the turn. This is actually the edge change as we move from one side to the new, what is our outside ski, and begin the carved turn. Why don't we have you all move around to the other side and let's take a look at it from a front view. Great. So here we are looking at it from a different angle. Again, you'll see how much of an edge angle that I'm able to have at a slow speed with my leg in alignment. Now as I move forward, this is the area where I began to move my weight across. Notice what happens. This ski actually comes back slightly and goes to that new edge. And that's actually the edge that I'm now going to ride around. Once I move up into skiing with some speed, my momentum, my forward momentum is actually going to hold me against that ski edge. At slow speeds, I don't have the momentum. It's hard to balance against it unless I have a wide base of support to begin that new turn. Later on, as we talked about before, as the speed picks up, I will automatically stick to this outside ski, and then I can move this one into a more natural balanced position. Notice I didn't have to change my right leg, my stance outside leg, to accomplish that. From here to here, only changing this one side, never having to change our alignment over here.